We are down to the final weeks of the Centennial exhibit. Believe it or not, it has been up for almost a year now. The Centennial year is wrapping up, and so visitors have their last few chances in the month of December to see the Centennial exhibit before it closes.
In a way, I think that this exhibit and even the 100th anniversary has really kind of, you look at Kenmore differently now.
I hope so.
I think before it, Kenmore has always been colonial Kenmore, but this really makes it more current Kenmore.
It does. It really brought the story of Kenmore into the 20th and now, of course, the 21st century, because this was a very modern story. This was a very modern group of women who banded together to save a house from demolition, and then did all of the fundraising, all of the marketing, all of the getting out the word to actually preserve the house and then open it as a functioning museum and then to run it for the next century. So that's a very modern story, and it really does sort of change how you look at Old Kenmore.
And the way they did it, when you consider the times that they were, they used some very, I don't know how to describe it, but
cutting edge.
Cutting edge. That's exactly
you might actually
the word.
call it cutting edge.
It was cutting edge. Yes.
Absolutely. They used the technology available to them in their time. In the very early days, that meant magic lantern slideshows, literally glass plate slides and huge, big, heavy magic lantern projectors that they would send around the country to illustrate the story of Kenmore and why it was important to save it and hopefully raise money for the saving of it. Eventually, they moved on to actually making feature-length motion pictures that advertised Kenmore and its preservation and its ongoing use as a museum. And of course, the good old-fashioned letter-writing campaign, which is something we still do today. There's nothing like getting a letter in the mail about an important subject. And these ladies wrote literally hundreds of thousands of letters during the effort to save Kenmore.
And they're a great example. They're a great exhibit of understanding history and saving it.
Absolutely. Which in the early days, especially in the golden age of preservation in the 19-teens, 1920s, it was almost always all women that led these efforts. This was an area of society that they were sort of allowed to get involved in, and they did. They took the lead in almost every way.
Again, this is a great exhibit to just walk around and realize what a group of people could do, and you only can see it till the end of the year.
You can only see it till the end of the year, so take your last opportunity, get in here and see it while the house is decorated for Christmas, while the dollhouse exhibit is up, and then see the Centennial exhibit as well. It's, as you say, a really great way to illustrate what people can do when they care enough.
And again, I did not know any of this story, and I just feel like it really is. It does make you look at Kenmore differently, and you'll learn a little bit.
You absolutely will learn a little bit, and we hope everybody does look at Kenmore with new eyes.